Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. Yesterday we discussed about Sergio Gomez and what his expectations should be for next season, and today we are back again in that series with another player, and this is Cole Palmer, a player that has emerged from our youth academy, a player who after Phil Foden was said to be the next Phil Foden. Basically the headline for Cole Palmer 2 years ago when he was emerging into sort of when he was on the fringes of City's first team looking to break in was Cole Palmer is surely gonna be the next Phil Foden, and that was the talk around the EDS coaches, talk around the entire football club, talk around the first team, around Pep Guardiola and his coaching staff. Everything about Cole Palmer was he was the next Phil Foden, and we have to groom him like we did Phil Foden. So, and a year later, and 2 years later, especially last year, he has got a lot of criticism from all of the fans, from sections of the media, mostly, mostly City fans, I would say, and I would not sit here and say that I have not given criticism to him. I have given criticism to him, particularly in certain matches. The FA Cup match last season was a clear example. The FA Cup match against Sheffield United in the semi-finals was a clear example where Palmer didn't pass, and I just went in on Palmer. I mean, with Palmer, it's strange with Palmer. Before discussing the expectations for next season, we'll have to sort of go back into last season, into the beginning of last season. That is where, for me, the problem sort of started. In the pre-season itself, when we were playing Bayern Munich, because Palmer came into the previous season with a lot of on a high. He had a great season 2 years back. In last season, he was like he came in on a high. Pep Guardiola started him in all of the preseason games, but suddenly the confidence was off. I did not know why. Last season beginning against Bayern Munich preseason game, you just thought that he was not the Cole Palmer you saw previously. He just wouldn't pass. He held on to the ball too much. He would get caught out dribbling. He did not. It looked as if there was something beyond footballing thing. It looked as if the guy had lost his confidence. Don't know why he has lost his confidence. It looked as if the guy was under immense pressure. It looked as if Cole Palmer was thinking, "This is my moment. If I don't perform here, my door to the first team is shut." I think that was the feeling you got when you watched Cole Palmer at the beginning of last season, and in the effect, and that feeling. It sort of continued. He never settled. He got injury in the middle. I know, but he never got over that feeling of inconfidence and insecurity and stuff. He was just going through that feeling through the entire season, and he just never got over it. I would say one thing, kudos to Pep Guardiola for sticking with him. There were players like Maxima Parone in there. There were other players who could have started ahead of him, but Pep Guardiola, he gave Cole Palmer more chances actually than what people give credit Pep for. Pep could have easily sat Cole Palmer on the bench and given that wing position to, for example, Phil Foden in certain matches and stuff. But no, Pep preferred Cole Palmer on that right hand side. He did not allow any other player other than Riyad Mahrez to take that position on the right hand side. Pep could have easily put in Julian Alvarez on the right hand side. Pep didn't. So that is something which you have to give Pep credit for. For me, I've sort of I was reflecting before I was doing this show yesterday and even today as well, and I thought the criticism on Cole Palmer was harsh. It was very harsh actually, because if we don't protect a player, we as fans don't protect a player who has come through our youth ranks, joined City when he was very very young, just like Phil Foden, I think at 8, 9, 10 years, and he just came through the City ranks. So he's a local lad as well. So if we don't get behind him in bad times when his confidence is gone, then I think it will be very, very difficult for not just him, for anyone coming in from the club. First thought they'll be coming in from the youth academy. The first thought people coming in from the youth academy will be thinking is that, you know, will the fans be behind me after a couple of bad performances? What if they're not behind me? Their confidence will go. I mean, whatever Cole Palmer does, I think we'll have to give him time, even though he goes through a lean patch. I'm telling, even though he goes through a lean patch, even this season, we have to give him time because he has shown us an entire season what he can do. In 2 seasons back, that goal against Swindon Town, finding the far corner, those dribbles in 2 seasons ago when he got past people like they were not there, and in a couple of Premier League matches as well. You just cannot forget all of them. People go, I mean, players go through those seasons where an entire season they could just be down due to mentality issue. I mean, not mentality issues in that sense, due to confidence issues, I would say. John Stones is a clear example. How many years did John Stones take to become the world class defender he is? When City signed him, John Stones wasn't a kid. John Stones was around 23, 24, something like that when City got him, right? And what is Cole Palmer last season? Cole Palmer is just 18, 19 last season. So if you can give John Stones 3, 4 years to settle down and become the player he is, can't we trust Cole Palmer more? Can't we give this youngster more confidence to go on and achieve his potential? He's one of our own. We should remember that more than anything else. He's one of the crown jewels of our academy. And and this will be a big statement. What Cole Palmer becomes from now on will be a big statement to where we would see our academy players go. And I know there's talk of Cole Palmer going to loan to Brighton and stuff. It's fine. I mean, it's fine if you loan him. The one thing I don't want is I don't want him to us to sell him. But it's fine if he goes to Brighton for a loan for 1 season. That could be good for him for James McAtee, like James McAtee. So I mean, whatever happens, I think we should not repeat what we did last season as fans, especially that we have criticized Cole Palmer a lot and stuff. And coming to expectations for Cole Palmer, I think even if he goes on loan, the expectations won't change because I mean they will change because Brighton's a different club, but they won't change in terms of the performances that we expect from Cole Palmer, whether is it City or whether is it Brighton. But let's talk about the scenario where Cole Palmer remains at City and with Riyad Mahrez having left. Just imagine if Cole Palmer remains at City and he is seen as the number one option. Of course, Foden can play there, but he is seen as one of the number one options to be the heir of Riyad Mahrez. Where his confidence will be, I think his confidence was lost just because he just because he was caught in that tangle of that competition for places and stuff like that. But I think the expectations for Cole Palmer, if he remains in City this season, should be to grab that place which Riyad Mahrez has left. It should be to prove to everyone that he is the true heir to Riyad Mahrez. His dribbling skills are excellent. He can improve his passing skills a little bit more. Again, it's a confidence issue, but he just did not find teammates last season and went on his own. Again, it maybe could come down to an issue where he wanted to prove something to Pep Guardiola and stuff. But I just want him to express his entire repertoire of skills if he stays at City next season and take that spot from Riyad Mahrez. I mean, just imagine if Cole Palmer can express his entire ability, reach his entire potential, and perform up to his entire potential next season, and take that claim from Riyad Mahrez. What a landmark it would be for City's academy. What a landmark! A player from the youth academy slowly transitioning into a place left by a veteran. Now this could be the benchmark of how City could go on to replace the Kevin De Bruyne in 2 years or something, to replace Kyle Walker, Rico Lewis. It's already progressing, I guess. Kyle Walker, Rico Lewis, to bring in Callum Doyle to eventually take over from someone like a Nathan Ake who's about 28, 29 now. So there, and bringing in James McAtee to finally take over in that midfield from Gundogan, possibly Kovacic who's almost 29, 30. So what Cole Palmer does is gonna set where we want our is gonna set a precedent for where we want our academy to go. So it will be very interesting to keep an eye on what Cole Palmer does. I just wish he doesn't go out on loan, and I just wish we don't buy a Rafinha, Dani Olmo or whoever and let Cole Palmer go in that position. Cole Palmer, keep Bernardo, we have Phil Foden, Palmer, Foden, Bernardo could share that position on the right wing with more chances being given to Cole Palmer. It will be interesting, but my expectations for him again is just to go on and express himself. That's all, because he has displayed what his full potential is 2 seasons ago. Last season, lack of confidence. It's more like a John Stones issue for Cole Palmer for me. John Stones' injuries, lack of confidence, and it came to light later that he was suffering from issues outside football as well. And look at what Stones has become right now, one of the best ball playing centre backs in the world. They're calling him the return of the Bakan Bayor. That's what Cole Palmer could actually do if he just clears his head and just goes out and plays football. This preseason will just be so much important to him. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for joining me. And if you have liked the video, please click on the bell icon to subscribe, and also do click on the like button so that it will reach more and more people. And we'll come up again with again tomorrow with another video of an other player, probably Calvin Phillips tomorrow, to discuss about what are his expectations, what should be his expectations next season. See you all until then, and take care.